Hello everyone. My name is Paul James, and I'm supposed to pass you through the code that was given to us by the lecturer. Well, the code just needed us to actually work upon a few of the functional prototypes given above. Well, the lecturer already talked about them. So, without wasting any further time, let's dive into it. So to begin with, I will pass you through from top, from the struct node, yeah, up to the main, and then we shall see how the code runs. Well, the struct node. If I'm to just give you a simple definition of that struct node, well, a struct node as given, well, that one defines the structure of a single code in the linked list, which includes an integer, of course, a number to store the data, and pointer next to reference the next node in the list. That is the work of the it pointers actually next, as we can see here. It pointers next, that is reference to the next node in the list. Yeah, and the number that I'm talking about is this. So let's go furthermore into the functional prototypes. Well, the functional prototypes, there's the first one which we can all see here, and is the create node. Well, the create node, what does it do? It allocates memory for a new node, initializes it with a given number, and sets the next pointer to null. And to go with the next one, which is the print list, well, that one irritates through the, or let me say, iterates, not actually irritates, iterates through the list, starting from the head node, and prints the data of each node within it. So the next one is append now, which we are going to talk about here most. Well, to append, that one adds a new node with a given node to the end of the list. That is the meaning of append. And then prepend is more like append, only that this one adds a new node with a given number to the beginning of the list, not to the end of the list. Yeah, both of them add the node to the list, but one adds to the end of the node, which is the append, and the prepend is to the beginning of the node. Delete by key. Well, delete by key searches for a new node with a given key and removes it from the list. Of course, we all know that fact. And the function, actually, this function, as we can see here, delete by key is declared within the prototype, but is not being used. And delete by value. Delete by value actually is we are going to use it, that we shall see. It is being used. We have declared it as a prototype, and we are using it in the main program. Yeah, what does it do? Delete by key. This one searches for a node with a given key and removes it from the list. That is as simple as that. And no, okay, delete by value. What does it do? That one searches for a node with a given value and removes it from the list. The next one is what? The next one is insert after key. Well, insert after key, this one searches for the list node with a specified key and inserts a new node with a given value immediately after it. That is the work of the insert with a key. So without even like insert after the value, is almost the same thing. Searching for the node with a given value and inserts the value immediately after it. Well, to go with that is the main. Now we are going to the main program. What does the main program do? The main program in this case, well, just to declare within this case, what does the main program do? Well, the main function itself provides a simple text-based menu for interacting with the linked list provided above. Yeah, it allows the users, in this case, users, or let me say users, or whoever is going to use the program or run the program, to print the list, that is the displays the current elements of the list. And then after displaying the current elements of the list, appends a value, whereby it will allow me or any other person using this program to enter a value and appends it to the end of the list. Uh, the the prepend part is more like append, as we talked about, whereby it will allow us, yeah, the prepend part is here, number 3, whereby it will allow us to It will it will allow also allows the user to enter a value and adds it to the beginning of the list. Now delete a value. This one prompts delete a value. This one prompts the user to enter a value and deletes the first node with that value from the list. Yeah, it deletes the first node. Uh, and meanwhile, when we go up to the exit here, the exit actually simply terminates the program. It means we are putting the end to the program. Like when we put exit, we are ending the program. We are no longer running it. We stop it from running. Yeah. And in this case, uh, let's run to the case one, which talks more of the print list, and it gives us the head, and then it breaks the line. Then it will give us the list, whereby it will tell us enter, for in this case, uh, enter the value to append. Yeah, and then it talks of the scanf. What does scanf do in this case? It tells us, this one prompts the users, actually it allows the users to enter the values. Yeah, that is the work of the scanf. And in this case, it actually specifies there are so many things we can use outside the types. In this case, this one is an integer. We can use floats, we can use characters, and sort of. So this one tells us to use the integer to represent the data. So, and the value we are entering is the data, and then we are appending that, yeah, to the head list or head node within the data. So we break and we go to the next one. Just in case, yeah, we go to the next one, it will display the next one after us entering the value there. It will break the line and displays the next one and tells it enter a value to prepend, and then we prepend the value as we want. Uh, the same thing, design integer. This one tells us enter the value to be deleted by the, or to delete by value. Enter the value to be deleted. We enter it within, and that value we are going to enter the, I mean, to delete that list, uh, to delete the value from the list. We are going to use its value and then we delete it. That means uh, we are just removing it completely, like we already explained it above. Uh, well, now this one we set it at default uh, to print invalid input when we enter something that is not an integer. Uh, this one is more like explaining what we have already done up there, print list, which talks more of this, temporarily setting it to null, and all this. Yes, we already talked about it up there. And this is mainly what we were talking about, the prepend, delete by key, append, and print list. Yeah, and well, without wasting any further time, let's run the program and we see how this will work. So when we run the program, in this case, it tells us that has not been built. We build it and then we shall run it. It ran, yeah, there. So enter your choice. So me, I can decide to append. If I want to append something or append or maybe delete, I will enter and I enter 2. Yes, I want to append, and it will tell me enter the value to append to the list. So I will enter my value that, and I do this. When I do that, yeah, it has been added to the list, of which the list in this case, we don't know what we can say, but yeah, that's how to do it. We have append the value to our list, and then it again displays for us the key and say enter your choice. So this choice will continue repeating itself and will never stop. And then when I say number 5, yeah, and I do this, it says press 1 to return, or press any key to continue. You get. So if I press any key, it exits. And that is exactly what the other exit function key here was all about. Yeah. Uh, the exit, which is this. Uh, thank you for listening, and I hope to, yeah, to seeing your work as well.